One of the more infuriating things is when someone is eating chicken wings and then they eat them like this. All right, so leaving all that beautiful, delicious meat on the bone. And, especially, the price of chicken wings are going up, man. So you need to, it's the flavor that you savor. You need to get every shred of meat, including cartilage, including tendon, everything. Hell, snap the bones open, suck out the marrow, don't care. Don't care. We're in lean times right now. And it is, well, I was going to say it's a little infuriating, like when your kids eat a chicken wing and then they just leave it like that, or a significant other. But then it's like, oh, I get to eat that. There you go. Long story longer, this is getting into the Vikings against the Saints. Yes. A win is a win is a win is a win. 3-1, getting it done is fantastic, right? But it shouldn't have been that close. It shouldn't. And the Vikings did leave a lot of points on the field. In fact, it was up to, 17. And we're going to go through the drives and talk about what went wrong and how they can fix this going forward. Because it's super frustrating, man, because you knew when they were settling for field goals that it was going to come back to bite them in the ass. Or when Greg Joseph missed that extra point, it's like, that won't factor in at all. But going through, so Vikings, so we have the drives, numbers, number of plays, yards, the result, as well as the furthest extent, the empire at the greatest extent during that drive. So the Vikings' fifth drive, 9 plays, 46 yards, ended up in a field goal, but they got all the way down to the New Orleans 10. Now, the Vikings had 3rd and 1, and they ran a spider 2 wide banana, Johnny Munt getting out into the flat, and it doesn't matter, but big time drop. Probably could have gotten in the end zone, would have at least gotten the first down. Vikings would have been set up very nicely to make it 14 points as opposed to 10. So that certainly sucked. Now, you could question the play call there. Johnny Munt being the primary, even though Johnny Munt has been solid this year. They do trust him to a large degree, but is what it is. Then you had the Diesel, Dalvin Tomlinson, and Zadarius Smith force fumble. Harrison Phillips jumped on it. So then the Vikings, they had the ball at the 20, and they had 4 plays, went 2 yards, and then they kicked the field goal from the 18. Now, 56 seconds left. You had all 3 of your timeouts. Now, what really torpedoed it was on 3rd and 10, you had Brian O'Neill had a false start, made in 3rd 15, and it just wasn't great, right? But the play calling was maybe too timid on the first 2 downs. A short swing pass to Justin Jefferson, and then a short pass out to the flat. Maybe a little bit more aggressive, maybe attacking the middle of the field since he did have all 3 timeouts, but I don't know, or hell, you could have even run the ball in that spot, and the Saints probably would have been playing the pass in that situation, so maybe the draw play would have been the answer there. But that's, of course, hindsight, all 2020, picking nits here. You're happy to get points off of turnover, but already you've already left 8 points on the field. It should have been a touchdown in the 5th drive, should have been a touchdown in the 6th drive, but is what it is. Halftime then. And then you had the Chris Boyd forcing a fumble on punt coverage, which is fantastic. So the Vikings, they had the ball. They got the ball all the way down to the New Orleans 3, which is extremely frustrating. So you had Justin Jefferson on that long reception, but 5 plays, 38 yards, had that field goal. Now, after the long Justin Jefferson completion, now this is part of procedure. This is part of game management. Kevin O'Connell needs to remind Kirk Cousins, hey, got to get on the ball after that. And you see this a lot where teams have a big play down the field, and especially if they're changing personnel. Like if you're inside the 5 and you're going from your 11 personnel down to goal line or whatever, there is a lot of shifting. There's a lot of moving parts, and sometimes teams don't always get that playoff. And it is just so frustrating going from the 3 to the 8. It's tough. Then you had some questionable play calling, and then that was when Cousins went short to Thielen when he had Jefferson wide open in the corner of the end zone. And that's when they had to have that kumbaya meeting on the sidelines where the receivers, obviously a little bit irked. Cousins, understandably, like he knew that he was messing up, but also protection wasn't necessarily there the entire day. But that is where it's super frustrating. I think that one hurt the most because we were so close. So that's 12 points already left on the field. And then, of course, you had the missed extra point. So these things do add up. Now, you can have a lot of latitude here. Kevin O'Connell, first-time head coach, first-time play caller of his own offense. All right, we'll go with that. And then also, the new offensive personnel, getting into the flow of things, et cetera. But it's just so rough, man. Because, like, you see the Chiefs operating. They started out 5 for 5 in the red zone. Vikings were 2 for 5. It's just there's always just something more. And you found in this league, no matter who it is, like, and also the Vikings have benefited from hanging around as well, evidenced by the Lions game, where if you let a team hang around, they will come back to get you. Momentum is such a fickle thing in this league, and you have to put teams away when you have the opportunity. And it seems like NFL teams don't do it. You look at like college football, those teams do it all the time. Like Saban's team slams the door, they get it done, Georgia, etc. But NFL, I don't know, man. But I chalk it up as a learning experience, and Kevin O'Connell does seem bright. He does seem open to learning and changing and growing and showing and all that stuff. So I think that the Vikings offense will get their stuff together. I think that a little bit of growing pains right now, but the fact that you're 3-1 and you're still not playing nearly your best football, it's very promising. It is, man. But that's it. Looking back at meat left on the bone, Vikings versus Saints. Come on, man. Oh, that's not the one. That's the one. There we go. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.